house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. No house guests today, but if you want that to be you, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so they had the Power Veto competition yesterday, probably one of the most important of the season so far. We've got Cass and Tim up on the block. It's kind of a big deal. So everyone was playing. Sorry, I just ate a cracker and it's like all in my mouth. So everyone was playing in this competition and it was some sort of like movie theme. I believe it was sponsored by Show Me, and there was talk of like popcorn being all over the place. So it sounds like it was kind of messy. But what we've all been waiting for, the winner of the Power of Veto was Tim! Ah! Okay, and not only did he win the veto, he also won some sort of like prize package from Show Me, like $5,000 worth. He's racking up those prizes. So apparently he like freaked out when he won. He said that he went into this competition. There's a spider up there. He said he went into this competition not really planning on winning. He didn't think he was gonna win. He didn't feel like winning. Like he was like, whatever, I'm at peace with it. But then something happened during the competition, and he, like a switch flipped in his brain, and he was like, I gotta win this! And that thing that flipped the switch, apparently Joel was like trying to help the brothers win, or at least that's what Tim thought was happening. Wait, what? The plan was for Joel to win, use the veto on Cass, and then get the brothers up on the block and get rid of them. So like, wait, what? Yeah, it was like really rocking the whole house. So I guess also from this competition, the house will be treated to like a movie screening or like a TV show screening. I don't know if it's the whole house or what, but that should be coming up sometime this week. Alright, so after the competition, Cass was like hiding under a blanket like Audrey from Big Brother 17. She was not happy. So the brothers and Kelsey were complaining about Tim, of course, blah, 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 blah. The brothers are like, Tim already won in his country, and now he's trying to take money from people who really need it. Do you honestly expect him to just walk away? Like, I don't understand how they can complain about Tim wanting to win, and like how annoying it would be if someone not from Canada won, when they had so many opportunities to get rid of him and they chose not to. Like, that's your own freaking fault, and it's laughable that they would want, that they would want to win that way. Like, if somebody else walked away, like, wouldn't you want to win it for real? It's just whatever. So the brothers were also claiming that Tim cheated during the competition. This is Big Brother Canada, and I feel like usually when people cheat, they get caught, and Big Brother, like, they don't put up with that crap. Emmett. Alright, so Cass and Joel were chatting in the pink room, and she's like, oh, I'm hiding under this blanket because I don't want people to see how upset that I am, and that I'm crying because people are going to love it. People like the brothers and Kelsey who hate me, and they'll just be so happy to see this. So then Cass is explaining she's also upset because Tim said after the competition that he's playing for himself now. All bets are off. And she's saying that he said that he's done with her and she's going home this week. Whoa! So I guess that happened before the feeds came back after the competition, but I believe he said the whole all bets are off thing because he thought that Joel was like turning against him in that competition. And again, I don't know if that is actually what happened or what, but it doesn't sound good. So then Cass was crying and she's like, Joel, I don't want to be up on the block against you. Like, this sucks. So Joel's like, well, we still need to try to get the brothers on the block. Maybe we can talk to Kelsey again and make it happen. So Cass doesn't seem that optimistic about it, but Joel's like, we gotta try. So then the brothers were chatting in the pink room before bed. They're just like, Tim, if he's a decent human being, he'll use the veto on Cass and he'll just go home this week. And then Phil, like, he cannot get over the fact that Tim still has his winnings from Big Brother Australia sitting in his bank. Like, he hasn't had to touch them yet. Phil's like, he still has all that in the bank and he's going to take the money from people like us. Just because he didn't freaking spend all of his money and, like, blow it all on whatever, doesn't mean that he should give this money to you. What? So then there was a lot of talk about how great they are. Phil, again, talking about that Frankenstein speech that he wants to make to Tim. I would love to see Phil make that speech and like totally trip up on all of his words. I'm sorry, it'd be hilarious. Yeah, so that was pretty much it for last night. This morning, Tim and Cass were chatting in the blue bedroom, and Cass is like, I need to know, why did you make that huge scene after the veto competition last night? You know, the whole, like, all bets are off thing. So Tim is like, Joel turned on us during the competition. That's what that was all about. And Cass is like, yeah, but I didn't. So, like, why are you saying that it's all over and you're gonna be by yourself? And it seemed like there were kind of two conversations going on at this point. Like, Cass and Tim were talking at each other. Like, Cass kept saying, like, what am I gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do with the veto? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna stay this week? And Tim was just like, what the F is wrong with the brothers? Like, I'm tired of the brothers. He's like, I'm tired of the brothers acting like I'm some freaking guest and I'm not actually playing this game the way they are. That is the way that they're treating him, and it's really weird. But then Tim kept saying, like, too, he needs time to decide if he's going to use the veto on himself or Cass, or at all. He hasn't totally thrown out the idea of just not using it and letting fate happen. I don't know. But they agree that it's not likely that Kelsey's going to nominate the brothers as a replacement, so they're going to have to focus on getting rid of Joel if they both want to stay. So one of their selling points for their campaigning is going to be that Joel could have a lot of votes in jury. They're like, I'll vote for him, I'll vote for him, Nikki will vote for him. That's 3 right there. And he hasn't really pissed off a lot of people yet. So they think that maybe that'll work. So then the house guest noticed that one of the TV screens said, POV ceremony today. What? It's usually on Mondays, so it's a day early. I don't know exactly why they're doing this. I'm assuming maybe they'll be filming the Big Brother Canada Awards thing tomorrow, and they want to clear up that time. I don't know. Maybe they're watching their reward movie or show tonight. I don't know, but the fact is they're having the veto ceremony tonight. So everybody's just like, what's gonna happen? Alright, so Joel and Kelsey were chatting, and Joel's just like, so am I gonna be the replacement nominee? Kelsey's like, yeah, we talked about this before. I told you already, you're going up on the block. So then he's like, alright, well, moving forward, like, say we get down to, like, final 3 or whatever, am I number 2 or number 3 with you? So basically he's asking, if it's a final 3 with Kelsey, Joel, and the brothers, would she take him to the final 2? And Kelsey's just like, I don't know. She would not give him an answer. She's like, I don't know at this point. So Joel's like, well, I'd like to go to final 2 with you. I think we'd be pretty evenly matched. And if I did lose, I'd be proud to lose to you. And then, this is really sad because Kelsey was like, honestly, I don't know who I would take to the final 2 because this whole game I've been telling myself, like, I'm going to the final 2 with Jared even though I know that I would lose to him. That is so ridiculous. Oh my god. She's like, I was planning on losing to Jared this whole time. So then she brings it back to this week and she's like, Joel, don't worry. You're staying this week. Just relax. So then Tim, Kelsey, and Cass were chatting in the hundo bedroom, and this was actually really interesting. They were talking about how Joel supposedly turned on the Freak Show during the Power Veto competition, and Kelsey was like, yeah, I didn't like that at all. Like, this whole time I really respected Joel's gameplay, but she's like all about loyalty, and she's like, Joel turned on you guys in your time of need, and that could really, you know, be the deciding factor that causes him to lose this game if he does make it to the final 2. She's like, I don't know if I would vote for Joel in the finals now if I was on the jury. She really did not like that. So then Kelsey brings up to Tim and Cass how Joel asked her about final 2, final 3, and she's like, I told him I don't know. I really don't like what he just did in that competition. So, I mean, if Kelsey was saying that he did that too, like, chances are he might have actually been trying to get Phil to win, which is crazy. Like, why would you do that? So then Cass was trying to convince Tim all throughout the day to use the veto on her. I mean, it was an ongoing discussion. And Tim was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. He did not want to talk about it. He's like, I didn't want to win this veto in the first place, and now I'm in this awful position. So then Joel and Tim, this was a chat that I was really anticipating. Like, I really wanted to hear this. So Joel and Tim were talking about what happened in the power veto competition. Joel is claiming that Phil was actually helping him in the competition, and it wasn't the other way around, but it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it'll make sense when I see it, but Joel was also saying, like, I didn't want to expose myself during this, and Tim was like, well, you would have, like, very shortly anyway by using the veto to save one of us. Like, what's the difference? I'm really not sure if Tim bought Joel's explanation. I'm thinking no, but Joel's like, oh, I really messed things up, didn't I? So then they had the power veto ceremony tonight. Tim decided to use it on himself. I think that was the smart move. And then Kelsey nominated Joel, so it's going to be either Joel or Cass leaving next. At this point, it's Cassandra, but you never know what could happen. So let me know who you guys want to see go. And until tomorrow, much love.